Eamon Coughlin, of course, the world record holder in the indoor in this event, 3:49.78. Back in 1983, the American record holder is in this race, Steve Scott, who set it in 1981, 3:51.8. And he's been training very hard coming in here. As we take a look at the field in this, Robin Van Helden, who was supposed to have been in the 800 meters, Steve Scott, Jeff Atkinson, an Olympian, Smith, Aden, Quade, Smith, Espejel, Popejoy at 40 years old, Slowikowski, who I mentioned in another race he wasn't in, I lied to you, and Greer.
You should do that commercial where they talk about, the phone book the guy can speed through almost as fast as Steve Scott can run. Scott had a tough year last year, has some problems with his legs, was only ranked 8th in America.
And we are underway, and a lot of banging around on the start. That is Scott in the pink trunks, but jumping out into the lead. It's Jeff Atkinson. Let me check that as they come around for the first time.
Paul Green.
You're right.
He is the rabbit here in the race. And surprisingly, Scott is going with him. Steve told me earlier today he thought he was ready, Barry, for about a 4:01, 4 minutes right around that area if the pace is good. Quade is in 3rd place. Jama Aden is in 4th. Eddie Slowikowski is in 5th. Robin Van Helden is in 6th place back there.
So it is Green, Scott, Quade, Aden.
Good, solid pace by Paul Greer. Let us correct that. It's an R in the end, not an N.
A quarter of a mile here for Greer in 60.3.
So it continues to be Greer, Scott, Quade, Aden.
They're right on 4 minutes, Barry. 60 3/10 of a second for the first 440 yards. The pace is comfortable. They're doing well. Running in last place right now. There he is on your screen in red. That was Ken Popejoy, who's 40 years of age. And as a 39-year-old, he ran 4:05. Tremendous performance.
Still the same order. Greer, Scott, Quade now looming up.
Is running in 5th.
There's Steve in 2nd place in the powder pink. Quade, a 3:54 miler, is in 3rd place. Jama Aden in red, pushing him off the shoulder there.
And Slowikowski also looming up in the pack as well.
Greer is slowing down. Some of these guys are hungry for this. Where the pace has definitely sagged here a bit. We're going to go by in about 2:03 or 2:2 something.
Greer, Scott, Quade.
2:02.9 unofficially at the half mile, which shapes up as a kicker's race once again.
Look at the pack closing in. It looks like an accordion moving in.
Jeff Smith started to show in the blue. He is on the outside. So too is Aden in 4th place right now. It's still Greer, Scott, and Quade.
These guys are hungry to make a move here. It's really getting tense up there. Look at the shoving off there. And guys are off the track.
Somebody, 2 runners went off the track. Aden has moved into 2nd place. Scott, Aden, Smith, Quade, Slowikowski.
Robin Van Helden is supposed to run the 800 meters, is back in the pack there also. Aden in 2nd place. Scott trying to force the issue here.
So it is a tactical race, and it is Scott's tactics that the rest of the field is having to dance to. Aden in 2nd place. Quade continues in 3rd. Slowikowski in 4th place. Then it's Smith. And Van Helden started to loom up a little bit also. Still anybody's guess right now. Continues to be Scott with Aden. Quade in 3rd place. 3:03.2 for the 3/4. Still Steve Scott, but it's still a kicker's race. 2 laps to go when they get.
Here comes Quade after him. Quade's got something left. Let's see if he can track him down. Slowikowski, young man out of Chicago and Loyola. He's got something left too. Scott's had trouble kicking of late in the last year or 2. Let's see what happens. Less than 2 to go.
Scott, Quade, and Slowikowski, and Smiths now passes on. So it continues to be Steve Scott as we come near the bell lap. It is Steve Scott, 1 lap to go, and he's still got something left. He's putting something between himself and Quade.
He's got it tonight. He has got it tonight.
Well, he indicated that when you and I talked to him earlier today. It is Scott, and he's putting more and more distance between himself and Quade. Smith might pass Quade, but nobody's going to get to Steve Scott. And Steve Scott, one of the old men in the race, has won the Sunkist Mile. Smith finishes 2nd, Quade 3rd, Slowikowski ahead of Van Helden, with Aden finishing behind him.
What you see right there on his face and the expression that is uncharacteristic of Steve, you see the frustration of 2 years of very inconsistent performances. And he is thrilled, and it's the anguish he's gone through that he's is where he really suffered badly. His performance dropped. I mentioned he was 8th in America this year. He's been 1st or 2nd, Barry, since 1977. He's now 34 years of age. And this is redemption, and you're seeing tremendous amount of anguish and frustration being released.
Well, a very, very popular figure here, win or lose, and 4:004 officially.
Watch him move. The pace was kind of pedestrian in that second quarter after a good 60-second first quarter. The world bunched up. Fortunately, no one went down, and Scott assumed control and just got faster and faster. He ran 2:57 for his last 3/4 of a mile, and this is it. Watch the expression in the face. The jaws tightened, the fist went up. Watch this.
Yes.
Look at the face. Now watch the face. Look at this. Look at the anguish. I tell you, boy, he is really, it's a tremendous release for him tonight.
Let's go down now to Dwight Stones, who is with the winner. Dwight?
Steve Scott, a little bit of a Sebastian Coe reaction after he won the 84 games. The media had been very hard on him. You have been very hard on yourself the last couple of years. Some injuries have slowed you. A move up to the 5,000 meters did not happen. You really put on the afterburners with 2 laps to go. We haven't seen that from Steve Scott in the last couple of years.
Well, I haven't felt it in the last couple of years because of training problems or illness problems or whatever. And I think that I've got my training down to where I'm confident with it, and I know it's going to work. And it was good to feel good tonight. You know, it's just after having 2 years of not really feeling good in any races, it was nice to feel good, and I know I have plenty left. So, you know, I probably overdid it a little bit, got a little excited, but it's hard to hold back when you're feeling that good.
Well, coming in here, you said you were ready for something around 4:01. Unofficially, we've got you at 3:59.9. Does that mean Steve Scott is back? We'll have to say, take a look at later in 1991. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That's a message right there to Joe Falcon that I'm back.
All right, thanks very much. A very happy winner, and with good reason. 4:0025 officially. Steve Scott over Jeff Smith and John Quade. There is still a lot more to come from here at the Sunkist Invitational.